was a turning point in World War II. The invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, destroyed Germany's European fortress and opened the door to eventual victory. But the United States and our allies had monumental challenges every step of the way. Las Vegas resident Dave Cox was part of the Army's 83rd Infantry Division. He was one of the few to survive the initial invasion.
You know, in my particular company, we probably lost 20 or 30 men in the water because of the equipment they had on, and the water was 8 or 9 feet deep, you know, so they just didn't make it.
He recalls two things that made the invasion near suicide, especially for him and the others who landed on Omaha Beach: a strong storm and a stronger than expected resistance from the Germans.
The weather was horrendous. You know, when you have huge waves and you're trying to use a landing craft, nothing goes right. Nothing goes right. And it was just one of those things. And then we, I think, the Allied commanders didn't quite realize how well fortified that particular part of Normandy was, and so they ran into more than they thought they would, I think.
Those who made it ashore were met by a wall of mortar fire and bullets. 3,000 Americans lay dead on Omaha Beach alone. Those who made it were forced to pull it together.
You had an objective, and that was and you tried to get enough men together to reach that objective, but it was chaotic. It was just a real mess, you know. And it took 3 or 4 days to get in part of your unit together so you could actually do what you were supposed to do.
And they persevered. In the hours and days that followed, our hold got stronger. The greatest seaborne invasion became the beginning of the end of World War II.
Well, the Air Force and just more troops coming in as fast as they could unload them, and the Germans couldn't get, you know, kill enough to keep it from moving forward.
He says the date of June 6th never passes without him thinking about the war. The walls of his study are lined with patriotic symbols, including a frame of all of his medals his family had made for him. You have to coax him to explain the medals. He doesn't brag. A Purple Heart, a Combat Infantry Badge, a Bronze Star for Valor.
And I got that for pulling from some of my platoon out of a minefield that had one of them had part of an arm blown off, and a couple of them part of the foot, one foot blown off, and anyhow I dragged 3 of them out of a minefield.
He says he prefers to reminisce about happier times, like nearly 60 years ago when he married his bride, Nola. She remains today his biggest fan. They went together to France for the 50th anniversary of the Normandy invasion.
I'm so proud, and I was more proud when we could go to D-Day to Normandy. That's the first time I ever got a chance to see the death of people that lost their lives. And when the President of the United States was there, and the jets went over, there wasn't a dry eye in the whole place.
That group of soldiers and sailors and Marines, and not only them, but our civilian population, really saved the world from a chaotic situation that had Hitler won, we'd all been, well, we'd probably most of us be dead, you know, but as far as I'm concerned, they saved the world.
He says they saved the world, never thinking to call himself a hero, but we can. Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy Byrne. I hope you liked that story. For more great stories about the city of Las Vegas, don't forget to click on that box.